Welcome to Oracle F1 channel. In my previous video, we have discussed about Oracle 12.201 primary and physical standby database creation. Data card setup has been created CDB with PDB through that active duplication method. And I am coming up with a new tutorial video. In this video, we are going to briefly discuss about Oracle 19c multi-tenant, all about pluggable databases, how to create PDB container database and PDB, and how to clone what are the cloning methods, how we are going to manage the pluggable databases in the multi-tenant architecture. So let's go. We will discuss briefly in this next slides. Here it is. Once it is going to go on, trying to release, and the agency going to release, and the 19th we are here going to go through long-term support release. This is the long-term support being extended up to 2027. So the next release also is being ready to receive 22.1.0 release. Let's see. Oracle multi-tenant 19c all about pluggable databases. You can see the traditional Oracle database architecture. The next slide. Oracle database architecture pre-12c Oracle database, it is having that instance, Oracle instance is having SGA and PGA background process, and Oracle database is having control files, data files, read log file, online archive, parameter, and password file. It's all you aware of these details. This is pre-12c Oracle database architecture. So coming up, container databases, we can create database container and in that we can enable the pluggable database itself. You can see here, create a container database. This is the entire script creating the manual container database creation steps. You can create database CDB1 and data file, sysax data file, everything you need to mention, character set, national character set, log file group, and users. And in the end of the script, you can see here, enable pluggable database. In this command, you need to give while creating the container database. You can create manually as well as the DBCA method as well. So here it is the picture it's showing the DBCA method. So let's move forward. Multi-tenant architecture 19c. Oracle multi-tenant option root container CDB $root seed PDB $seed application root application seed application PDBs pluggable database PDBs. Here it is. You can see CDB root and CDB PDB seed PDB application container and again PDBs seed PDBs. So here it is that multi-tenant architecture 19 seeds showing CDB with no application container as well. There previous slides we saw that CDB with application containers. Now we can create the database container with no application container as well. So each PDB has its own dedicated application. It's having own dedicated application and a different PDB administrator manages each PDB. All the physical level of the CDB has database instance and database files just non-CDB does. Alright. CDB with the application container. Here it is, you can see the difference. CDB, administrator manages the CDB itself. An application container administrator manages an application container including application installation and upgrades. A PDB administration manages the HR PDB like any other SRDB PDB like pluggable database. So container database is having CDB root, CDB $root, system metadata required to manage the PDB. Does not store user data, only for common user. So CDB root it is having this information only. Automatically created the table choices for CDB system, sysAccess, temp, undo. Oracle recommends that the character set AL32 UTF-8 for the root character set. This is the recommends the characters by default character set for the root container. CDB PDB underscore seed, the template for the creation of PDBs. So it's having the template creation of the PDB seed. So created in all CDB, automatically created system, sysAccess, temp, undo. Okay. PDBs with different character sets can reside in the same CDB without requiring character set conversion. So you have to be understand this point. PDBs with different character sets can reside in the same CDB without requiring character set conversion. Okay. There will be an PDB and CDB violation will be there. There are error PDB violation you can check. There will be a violation will be there. We can check it out. Application container is an optional user created CDB component. A stores data and metadata for application. A CDB includes 0 or more application containers. The application root store metadata and data that all the application PDBs can share. Create pluggable database statement with that as application container class. Like this, you can create the container and PDB database for that application container. Standard PDB. This is comes to a standard PDB. Like a PDB is a user created set of schemas, objects, and related structure that appears logically to a client application as separate database. So it's showing that on schema we can create as a PDB like object. How on schema object we can create as a PDB. And PDBs won't be sys regardless of which user created by PDB. Sys is a common user from the CDB. Alright. Pluggable databases. Create pluggable Alright. Creating a PDB, the methods are available. What are the methods creating the way of creating the PDB? Creating from the scratch, cloning, relocation, plugging in, referencing as a proxy PDB. So creating from scratch, it's creating as fresh PDB database. Cloning, it's locally running the PDB. We can clone the locally running CDB2, CDB container running PDB. So we can clone into another container PDB. And remotely running that CDB PDB that we can clone as a from remotely. So remotely also from a PDB from a non-CDB. So there is a two method. In relocation, simply we can copy and relocate all the files to target server and remote server. Plugging, there is a two method. Plugging in a unplugged PDB and adapting a non-CDB as a PDB. Okay, these are all the creating a PDB methods and different type of methods to creating a PDB database. Okay, we can see it each and every in briefly. Pluggable databases creating a PDB from scratch. You can see here this is the scratch. Pluggable databases creating a PDB from scratch. There will be CDBs already created. So your database is running with the CDB. There is no PDB databases. So you can log in as a SysDB, alter system, the set DB create file test, create pluggable database PDB on admin and user profile, identify password. So you can create this way. Else create pluggable database from admin user, identify, create file test. You can mention this way. So this method, and also create pluggable database, and also file name convert. You can create this also, this method also alter session that pdb file name convert, create pluggable database is as a roles as a dba. So there are creating a pdb from scratch. There are 4 methods are available. We can create as pdb 4 methods. You must open the new PDB in read-write mode for Oracle database to complete the integration of the new PDB into the CDB. Yes, once you created the PDB, you must need to open as a read-write mode and check the PDB violations. So it will be integrated with that container database. So CDB. Okay, let's move on. Locally cloning a PDB. Okay, locally cloning a PDB, CDB is already running. Alter pluggable database PDB close. In that one server it's running that CDB plus PDB, we are going to locally clone. So that pluggable database we need to put an open read only mode and create pluggable database, and the DB itself, one container database is running with one PDB, and that PDB we are cloning as and the container itself, like we are cloning locally in that container itself. Another PDB we are creating with a different name. Okay, PDB already PDB1 is running. We are going to create PDB2 in that and the same container is as well. So create pluggable database PDB2 from PDB1. You got it? Storage unlimited temp file reuse, file name convert, that file name from this file name. You can put it as different mount point also, no issues. PDB is in local undo mode, that is hot cloning. If it is PDB is running shared undo, we cannot be able to do hot cloning. If it is running, if you want to do hot cloning, your database PDB, it needs to be run local undo mode is enabled. Then only you can be able to do hot cloning. Create pluggable database PDB3 from PDB1. Now we are going to create a hot cloning on another database, another database from PDB1. So file name convert. You can put it as a different mount, PDB3. That location is PDB3. So it is hot cloning. Remotely cloning a PDB. Yes, remotely cloning a PDB. One CDB is running on server, on source server. We need to what we need to do? The cloning user, common user, we need to create. We need to create with that create user, remote clone user, identify remote clone user, container all. That is, we need to create and we need to grant that user to pluggable database and session and sys offer to the newly created clone user to container all. We need to grant. So it is having that container that user has having that creating that pluggable database from that source to target server. So you can see there will be local undo enabled or not. We need to check it out because we are going to do hot clone. So local undo it must be enabled. We have to check it this the query to check whether the local undo is enabled or not. We need to check it out, and then we need to go with that CDB2 like a target server. We have to log in as sysdba and create database link with that what we have created that user in source database. That user identifies that remote clone DB link name. I mean that password using that CDB1 the service name. We are connecting through the service name with that what we have created in the source database user. So DB link created. Create pluggable database PDB clone from PDB1 at clone DB link. That DB link we are giving that service. So it will be connected the source database. It will be cloning to target side. So once it is pluggable database created, you can check it. It will be created in mount stage. Then you need to open alter database, open read-write mode. Then after that you need to check it out the plugin violations and CDB root any PDB violations, we need to check if once it is, if you cloned, if it is not, that database has been open, read it, and restricted mode sessions enabled means you need to run the data page. You have to run the data page, and then you have to close immediate the PDB, whatever you cloned, and again you have to open the read write mode. Then it will be open without restricted session. Okay. In local undo mode or active log mode, we don't need to turn the remote database as read only mode. Okay. If it is local undo enabled and active log mode enabled, we no need to put in the database in the read only mode. So we can do hot clone. Okay. Next, move on. Remotely cloning a PDB from a non-CDB. At this time, we are going to clone a PDB from a non-CDB database. I mean, a non-container database. There will be database running non-CDB DB19C. So we can log in as a database, create that the same thing what we did earlier slides. Like we have to create the clone user, and we need to grant that session, create pluggable database to that clone user name, and we need to check it out that that database is running archive log mode. And coming to that container database on target side, source side, target side, SQL Plus is log into the container database and create that database link over that 19C non-CDB service through that creating the database link, and create pluggable databases and non-CDB into close the database link through that database link. Before that, we need to put that TNS entry both the side, like target side from the source TNS entry from the target side we need to put, and connecting through database link, the database link. Then we can see that database, once the pluggable database is created, it is in mount mode. After that, we need to alter database or pluggable database open rewrite. So we need to give like this. This is remote cloning PDB from a non-CDB. Relocating a PDB. So one PDB is running CDB1 container database, another container database also running. So we can relocate it on. We can unplug and plug it over another container database. Let's see. Remotely cloning a PDB. CDB1, the same method. We have to create the user and grant the user to that privileges. Create session, create database, pluggable database creation privileges, and we need to check that local undo enabled or not. Yeah, we need to, if it is not enabled, we need to enable it, like we need to shut down the DB and open the database in upgrade mode, and then alter the database local undo on, and then we need to enable and then shut down the DB and again open the database normal mode, and again we need to check it if it is local undo enabled. Okay, and then CDB2, there will be a cloning remote database. The database link needs to be created with that based on the CDB1 service name. But before that, on the source TNS entry, we need to put in a target side. So collect that through connecting that database link, creating that database PDB1 clone from over that database link, the relocate. The keyword, its main thing, we need to give relocate. The database, what we will do, the database unplug from there and plug the database from here. Another content database, it's relocate. So you can check after that it's mounted mode. After that, you have to open the pluggable database. Open read write. In local undo mode is not a mode. We don't need to put that remote database read only. Okay, this is a common thing. Plugging in unplugged. Well, so plugging in unplugged PDB, we can see it in a brief manner. Plugging in unplugged PDB, unplug. Connect SSS PDB, alter pluggable database PDB close. Alter pluggable database PDB1 unplug into, we need to put it in one of file, an XML file, or alter pluggable database PDB and unplug into, we can create like this two-way, like PDB XML files or a PDB file, like plugin. Connect to the target side, create a pluggable database PDB2 using that XML file. File name convert, we need to give like where, what is that, we need to verify that data files where it is resides on target source side, and we need to create that directory on the target side, and or create a pluggable database using this method, file name convert, and you have to, more or less both are same only, but the file name only difference, like, yeah. After that it will be the pluggable database has been created, other pluggable database PDB open, right. Okay, then you need to check it out, the PDB pluggable plugin violations, and if it is required you need to run the data patch. Adapting a non-CDB as a PDB. Okay, adapting a non-CDB as a PDB, DBC 9 is, this is a non-CDB database, shutdown immediate, startup mount, exclusive, alter database open, read only. You have to describe that PDB describe file, execute dbms underscore pdb.describe file, that non-cdb.xml. You have to shut down the database on source side, I mean non-CDB side, and come to CDB container database side and create pluggable database. Is a clone using that we have described that file non-CDB XML. File name convert what we have that collected in that source side, and that we need to check it out that data file locations, PDB, PDF pluggable database data file location, and put it in. We have to create in the target side and copy. So it will be copy all the files. So source side the files will be still there. No copy means it will be cloned. So will be we are doing safe method here, copy option. Alter pluggable database 19 that PDB is open. So now that you can see, after open the SQL plus sysdb and the PDB, inside the PDB alter session set, go to that DB19PC 19C PDB, you have to run that script, SQL script, non-CDB PDB conversion script. It will convert to the non-CDB to PDB. So it will take some time to execute it. It will be running. Okay, creating a PDB as a proxy PDB. This is okay. Creating a PDB is a proxy PDB. Create user the same method of the we are using creating the user on CDB1 and granting that user to the pluggable database and container. And again CDB container two database, create database link, clone database, that the same method we have to create that database link using the CDB1 service, and create pluggable database PDB and proxy as proxy. From here we need to note we are creating as proxy PDB like PDB1. Create pluggable database PDB1 proxy as proxy from PDB1 and cloud database link. Okay, alter pluggable database proxy view open. So we are opening that. We can check that proxy PDB1 proxy is proxy PDB. Okay, referenceable PDB. Okay, referenceable PDB CDB1 create the same kind of the user you need to create under giving that privileges to that user, and so we need to enable check it out that local and enabled or not. We have to check it that, using that query, and again coming to that target side. Then we need to create the database link and create pluggable database that PRD PDB1 or the that from that using the database link refresh mode manual. It is we are giving refresh mode manual. So the database, you can check that database is created, pluggable database has been created with the read only mode. After that, what you have to do, alter pluggable database with refresh mode every 60 minutes, and you can do alter pluggable database refresh mode every 120 minutes. Then it will start that refreshable PDB. So that the PDB read only mode only it will be created. You can put a refresh mode with the target source side, source PDB with the target PDB. it is every 60 minutes will be refreshed. So you can have the data refreshed data every 60 minutes, it will be updated to the target site with the read only mode. Okay, you can run the report from here. Refresh will PDB switchover. Well, refresh will PDB switchover CDB1 create database link. We are creating the database link on CDB1 itself through that CDB2 the service name. Alter session set container PDB1 alter pluggable database refresh mode manual from that PDB RO to cloned link that DB link. So switch over. So what we have did earlier, we have did that refresh every 60 minutes. We are doing this switch over to primary. Now it will make, we are going to switch over like it will be read only that CDB1 it will be read only, CDB2 it will be read write. Okay, then create database link on CDB2 and it will be using CDB1 alter session set PDBR1 alter session pluggable database refresh mode manual from CDB it switch over. So we can do switch over like this CDB1 and container database CDB2. So it will be vice versa, it will be switch over. It will be refreshable PDB. Well, creating application containers. Well, creating application container CDB1, we are logging to the sysdba and also system sets db create file destination. We need to set out. Create pluggable database on application container. We are creating like application container. Alter pluggable database open that is open like. Then alter session set container create a pluggable database from like we need to create that application containers like. So we are creating first application container and then we are creating that application container pluggable database on. Okay. Installing application containers. Installing application CDB1 like we need to log in as SSDB like we have to set that container alter pluggable database application container begin install 1.0 like create table space create user create session create table with 2 create table insert into like alter pluggable database application and install alter session set container open alter pluggable data application sync. So this is what application installing the application on the application containers. This is a method. So snapshot carousel. Okay, snapshot carousel PDB as library of PDB snapshot. PDB snapshot is a point in time copy of PDB. Maximum number of snapshot max underscore PDB underscore snapshot equal to 8 by default. So none is the PDB does not support snapshot. Manuals the PDB support snapshot, but they are only created manually requested every n hours. Like snapshot automatically created every n hours and where n hours is between 1 and 1999. Every n hour minutes it snaps automatically created every n minutes and when it's 1 and 2999. So we need to connect this DBA, create pluggable database PDB administrator like identify password, file and convert to PDB seed and PDB2 snapshot mode every 24 hours. So like this way we need to create alter pluggable database PDB2 open, alter pluggable database PDB2 save state. So this is a snapshot carousel PDB. We have to create this way, this method. So we can check it out this query like it is creating a snapshot every 24 hours on the PDB. So we can recovering from the PDB snapshot. The snapshot is the PDB we can recover from PDB snapshot. Create pluggable database PDB to copy from that PDB using snapshot at that snapshot number. So we can recover from that every 24 hours. It will be taking that snapshot. We can recover. Or create pluggable database repeating copy using snapshot mode every 24 hours. Okay. So then we can drop that alter pluggable database, drop snapshots. That's whatever that snapshot have been taken, we can drop that once that copy has been made. Okay, good one, right? Cool. Container database CDB fleet management. Yeah, container database CDB fleet management lead CDB. CDB1 lead. So you can log in as SSDBA alter session set a lead underscore CDB to true. We need to parameter, we need to set that is true, lead underscore CDB true. We need to check that lead CDB is true, whether true or not. We need to check this query. Create a user as a common user. We need to create CDB fleet link user and the grant session CDB. We have to grant that CDB fleet link user. So now CDB2 member, CDB3 member. So that is this one lead, this is member. So login as CDB2 and create public database link, CDB link, and user created the user, and also says system set lead CDB and URI equal to DB link and lead CDB link. Select we got you can check it the property value DB link and lead CDB link is working or not, and then CDB member also the same thing we need to check. So CDB2, CDB3 we are creating that lead members. So lead one CDB now you can check this query using this query. The PD1, PD4, PD5 is running. PD1 is read write mode, but both PD4 and PD5 is mounted on restricted proxy. PDB is yes. We can see that removing a PDB. So connection SSD, SSDBA, auto pluggable database close the drop pluggable database PDB including data files. So if we are not mentioning that including data files, the files will be still there in that location. We can give like drop pluggable database PDB1, like say some same thing. It will do that drop pluggable database PDB keep data files. The same thing also it will happen. If you are not giving keep data files also, the data files will be residing on the same data file locations. So if a PDB was created with the snapshot copy class, then you must specify including data files when you drop in the PDB. Okay, you got it? Okay. So administrative multi-tenant environment. Administrating multi-tenant environment using DBCA. DBCA is supporting manage container database like manage a pluggable database, create a pluggable database, delete a pluggable database, unplug a pluggable database, configure a pluggable database. So this is using through your DBCA method. It also enable you to create, relocate, clone, plugin and unplugin PDBs silent method. So you are not able to view this option in DBCA method, but it also enables you to create, relocate, clone, plugin and unplug PDBs through silent method. Okay. So users in CDB, common user, the user present in all container root and all the PDBs connect CDB, create the common user in the container class, create a user C hash test underscore user one identify by password connect container and all create a. So we need to create the common user like this user. You cannot create a test underscore user one. It will not accept in the container databases because we need to create a common user like C hash test user underscore like that way. So creating a common user using the default container setting, create a user like this is a common user creation steps. Like we need to grant that privilege to the user created user. So user in PDB, local user. The user is only present in a specific PDB. The same username can be present in multiple PDBs, but they are unrelated. Okay, you got it? So you need to connect to the SSGBA and alter such inside the container and the PDB, create the local user in the container class. Like you can create a user here. You no need to mention C hash like common user. It is a PDB level user creations, right? So you can create a user history, identify password, container, current. So container equal to all. If you are giving all, it will be created the user for all the container. Okay. Create a local user using the default container setting. Like you can create by default, like user creator by default container. But it is created. It will be created by default, as every database will be creating normal user creation. Like okay. Roles in CDB. Common role. The roles in present all containers root and all PDBs. Like create the common role. Like we need to create the role. Like create role. CSS test underscore role one. We need to grant the sessions to the role. So grant it to the common user. It will the role will be given to the common user like container all. Grant it to a local user. Alter session set container PDB. Grant C hash test role one to the test user. Then or local user. We can grant that role. Okay. So local role. The local role only present in specific PDB. The same role name can be used in multiple PDBs, but they are unrelated. Okay, you got it. So you can log in as SSDBS, which container, alter session set container PDB, and alternatively connect to a local or common user with the PDB service. So alter system like password PDB. Create the common role. Create a role. Test role underscore role one. Create a session to the test underscore role one. Grant it to a common and a local user. So this is the way we have to create a loads in PDB. So connecting to the CDB using SSID, using TNS name, and EasyConnect or LDAP. So this is the method we have to connecting to the CDB. Okay. Using TNS name EasyConnect. Using alter session set container. So can't use SID for connecting to your PDB. So we cannot use SID for connecting to your PDB. Okay. Using through DNS names and EasyConnect and alter session set container and using Oracle Future in a yeah. Recovery Manager RMAN. Backup CDB. So we need to connect to the target database and backup database plus archive log. This is backup. Backup plus pluggable database. Connect target at CDB and backup pluggable database PDB1. So we can backup entire database. I mean CDB with the PDB. If you want to exclusively take backup of pluggable database, you can take backup pluggable database and PDB. We need to mention backup pluggable database PDB1, PDB2, PDB3. It will take backup databases. And point in time recovery, you can do like this: alter pluggable database PDB1 close and run this query to point in time recovery. You can use, and then alter pluggable database PDB5 open reset logs. So this is the recovery manager option in PDBs pluggable databases. Datacut configuration. Datacut configuration on CDB control file, redo log files, standby redo log file, ASCII redo log, classified log files. So datacut configuration primary in CDB and standby CDB like redo log replication method. Create pluggable database standby is equal to none all except PDB name like you have to give like this to create that standby datacut configurations pluggable database creation on DG setup. So sharding horizontal partition database. So pluggable databases as shards are shard catalogs. Oracle multi-tenant 20C. Yeah. Oracle multi-tenant 20C, Oracle 20C database, a non-CDB architecture deprecated support. The Oracle database 20C version 12.1 the non-CDB architecture is deprecated. Well, we have discussed in this video, it's all about Oracle 19c multi-tenant pluggable databases. It's completely covered all the pluggable database, what we can do with that Oracle 19c container with the pluggable database, how to create, how to clone, how to remotely clone, how to uh, enable the flashback, everything we have discussed in this pluggable databases, how to drop the pluggable database. So everything discussed, and hope you all liked this video and this tutorial. Kindly do subscribe the Oracle F1 channel to watching more interesting videos coming up. Thank you all. Thank you very much for your support. Kindly subscribe Oracle F1. Thank you very much.